7:08 and chill in the air. Imagine that. 9 degrees. Wind chill is -8. And we're going to deal with that all morning long. Blustery, windy. This cold weather advisory lasts till 9 o'clock this morning. And then right after that, we start seeing a few snowflakes. My brother-in-law texted me over in Muskegon and said they're getting some snow. Of course, they get it off the lake, though. So we may not see a whole bunch. Our big thing today is going to be blustery wind, kicking up to 35. Every now and then we might hit 40-mile-an-hour breezes, gusts. So, blowing snow is going to be the problem. The roads seem pretty clear here this morning, so just to be aware of that. All right. You've heard of, you can be burned out on your job. You can be burned out on a lot of things. Parental burnout, even. That takes a big toll on you. What is emotional burnout? How do you control that? Dr. John Braccio joins us this morning, as always, on a Tuesday. Regional Psychological Services, drjohnb.com on the web, and right here on these broadcast airwaves this morning. Dr. John Braccio. Hey, good morning, Doc.
Well, good morning to you, Mike. And this is a big one today because this impacts a lot of people. Emotional burnout is when a person is overwhelmed emotionally and so stressed out they cannot effectively function in their lives. It's usually a result of really long-term stress, okay? They feel like a battery drained of all its energy, but still demanded to produce more and still more. Unfortunately, emotional burnout is very common in this complicated age where pressures can be constant. Instantaneous electronic communication means people cannot easily take a time out and turn off the world. Emails, life pressures, social media, and phone calls are really constantly bombarding us. A further problem is that emotional burnout can lead to physical problems, such as cardiac problems, high blood pressure, weakened immune system, and insomnia. Unreasonable anger outbursts can also occur at any time. Okay? So the causes for emotional burnout are many and would include work-related problems, interpersonal-related problems, family-related problems, perfectionistic outlook problems, poor self-esteem problems, and never knowing how to say no. Okay? Can't say no. Try to help everyone. To compound these potential problem areas, the person who is emotionally burned out is not able to effectively cope with any of the problems and basically becomes more and more overwhelmed with potentially strong increases in anxiety, frustration, anger, and depression. If the person really doesn't get some balance, Mike, in their life, the emotional burnout problems will only increase and the person will not be allowed to have any semblance of a happy life. What do you do? Well, things to do to overcome emotional burnout would include determining, first of all, what's causing it, okay? You want to set up a plan to overcome it, recognize that changes in outlook of life will be necessary, setting boundaries on both personal relationships and work-related activities, taking planned mental health timeouts just to get life more in balance, regular exercise, relaxation techniques, consistent sleep patterns, discussions with trusted friends and family members, healthy eating habits, cutting out portions of your life that are causing the burnout or reducing the amount of time you're focusing on them, and just learning to say no when you are at your limit and you just can't handle anymore. And in some cases, seeking out an experienced therapist, to help, work out these problems with being, emotionally burned out. So all in all, if a person's really burned out, Mike, emotionally burned out, they're really not doing well. They're just kind of overwhelmed, and it impacts their relationships with people, with themselves, and just, just kind of like the battery's gone and still there's more and more pressure on them to perform. It's really can be very, very difficult.
Yeah, we all want to think we got a handle on it. I got this. No, I got this. I got this. It seems to me, like the way you described this at the beginning, all burnout seems like it's emotional burnout.
Well, that's what we're talking about today. It's when the person just gets overwhelmed. They're just, it's long term. it's been going on for a long time, and the person just has to push themselves every moment, and they're just feel they can't get enough done. They feel that life is overwhelming them. They're getting constantly bombarded by, different media, by phone calls, whatever, and they don't take a time out. They just kind of keep going and never can catch it and never can get everything done. That's the problem. It's just an overwhelming thing. And if that's happening to you in life, you really do have to take a time out and really sort things out. Otherwise, you're going to start having, if you're not already, physical problems, not being able to sleep, just not enough time, or you just can't do it, or you're
what's weird?
Just go ahead.
I think we've forgotten how to take a time out. Honestly, I think because today, for instance, today is National or International Plan a Vacation Day. And then I read a story, it said a lot of the stress of a vacation comes in the planning of it. So now we're going to stress over that. I think we've forgotten how to take a time out.
Well, Mike, I think you're right. Just a lot of people are like, if you go, let's see, you could just be waiting in someone's office and people don't talk. I mean, they're all looking on their phone. Okay, like and just the idea of with a song in my heart, look for the silver lining, just kind of breathing in, just relaxing and doing things. A lot of people aren't doing that, Mike. They're just one thing after another. They're just constantly feeling stressed out, and there's really a need to not do that. You have to take some breaks. You've got to just turn everything off, just disconnect yourself, just take a period. The person will say, well, I can't do that. I've got to take these calls. I've got to do this. Well, you're going to have to make some changes in your life, or you're going to have some real problems. One, you're going to have problems in relationships because you are going to become stressed out. You're going to yell at times. You're going to just you're just going to be, overwhelmed. Yeah. And when that happens, you're just going to have to make some changes in your life. And a lot of people just go day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, just totally tensed. And there's a one-time shot in life. And if you do that, you're going to be not enjoying the road you're leading, which is really a bad idea. And then you run a good chance of ending it sooner by just wearing out your body, just being overwhelmed, tense all the time. Not a good ending. There really is a need, Mike, to be able to just take the time out, just do some breathing, do some exercising, eat healthy, just not allow it to happen. And people can say, well, I have to do this, I have to do it. I say, okay, all of that may be true, but you're going to have to take a look at your life and decide what can you do, what you can't do, because you obviously can't do everything you're doing. Some people are built, it just seems, to just keep adding new activities and new things and not getting rid of other activities, and then they just,
You know what, though? I think we operate almost all the time on emotion. We've kind of flipped it, going from logic and reasoning and then emotional when it's appropriate to emotional all the time. And then I'll think about it a little if I have to. But my emotion, my gut feeling, and my feeling is this, my feeling is that. And I think it's kind of flipped a little bit.
Well, I think a lot of truth to that, because people really don't really take the time, to think, sort things out. No, they're just on the go, and then it just overwhelms them. They really get emotionally burned out. And I talk to people, just a road of life alone in my office, just people that are just, literally, that's the word, they're just overwhelmed. They're tense. They're just, and I'm sure people listening to us right now, or will be, just are saying,
nodding their head in agreement,
And, so
and looking in the mirror.
Well, so it really is important to just really take it out, and really take a look at your life and sort out things to keep in it, things to keep out, get balance. We talked about that balance before, and it's really critical, Mike. And just too many people really they don't think. I mean, they're just going on emotion, like you said. More so now, because there's just no way to disconnect unless you just determine, hey, I'm going to turn off my phone.
There you
turn
go.
everything off. I'm just going
Go
to
back.
just relax, listen to music, or just do something, even if it's not long periods of time, but you need some time to do that. And if you don't do it, you're going to have some real negativity in relationships and physically. It'll take a real toll on you physically over time. It's not a good thing to do.
Dr. John Braccio with some good advice. And if you need professional help doing that, Regional Psychological Services, drjohnb.com on the web. Doc, we're up on time, man. Take it easy, would you? Take some time.
Same to you, my friend. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
All right, my friend. See ya. 1320 WILS. Yeah, that's true. And then we stress, and I mean, I propel that into, but I mean, we're going to talk about the looming government shutdown coming up. I don't mean to stress you out, but get ready. Ryan Schmelz will be here. 1320 WILS. Mike Austin back with you in just a second.